Hello and welcome to Max Regen, where JB, the EV evangelist, tries to convert me, Dave, the petrol head, to be an electric car convert.
Hang on a minute, Dave. Something's missing. How's that?
Your leaf.
It's the wrong leaf. That's still not a leaf.
No.
Now that's definitely not a leaf.
Sure.
Yeah.
Could have washed it.
That's better. That's the right leaf.
Right, let's get on with this.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to Max Regen, where JB, the EV evangelist, tries to convert me, Dave, the petrol head, to be an electric car convert. As you can see, this week we've gone slightly different. We're not going on a road trip because, well, we thought we'd talk about a couple of points that have come up over the last couple of weeks while we've been making the show. Now, we're not going to sit here and do all the usual dull bits and pieces because everybody talks about the same things. It won't go far enough. But what we will do is answer some of the questions that have come in, and we will also look at some of the points that come up that the normal person, like the man or lady on the street, wants to know. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, that's it.
I have a couple of questions that have come in.
Yeah.
So I will kick this one off. Jonathan Perry, he wrote on episode 4, he wanted to know, how is the range impinged by using the climate control or driving in bad weather?
Yeah, that's a good one. Everybody knows that if the weather's bad, or say, for example, rain, or it's cold, why that hits the range. And of course, it's important in an electric car to get as maximum distance as you can. I mean, it's really quite simple. Wet weather, for example, increasing the rolling resistance of the car, so it's going to use more energy trying to move the car through that. And temperature, well, that's again on a leaf. It actually says. The impact of using the heater is 3 miles.
So there's another reason not to have
exactly.
one.
And the other one, of course, is topography. If it's steep hills, you will burn more power trying to get up the hills. You should be able to regen it back on the way down.
But if you live in a hilly area, you've got no chance. Yeah. Talking about regen, Zen Buddhism, mentioned on episode 8, because that was the first time I went out and drove leafy leaf, because we said when I was driving along, when you take your foot off the accelerator as you would do in a normal car, you just sort of, it feels as though it's braking, where, as you explained, it's regenerating power. And now Zen Buddhism said if you put it in N or D for coasting / less engine braking. Care to explain? Yeah,
this is an interesting one. I mean, maybe I've been getting it wrong and I've been driving in B mode to get the maximum amount of regen, max regen. But there is some school of thought that says that you actually get further if you're just coasting and you're not regenning. I'm not sure about this. In fact, this is a good idea. This is a good question because it's one of the things I think we should do next, is to go and do a set run, do it in B mode, do the same run exactly on the same day in D mode and see if that makes a difference. So effectively not using the regen, it should be coasting more in D, and then maybe even doing another run with the eco button pressed on, which effectively kills the throttle response. Maybe that'll give you a bit more distance. So we'll try it in D, B and eco mode on another gig and see if that works. The only other question I've got for Zen Buddhism is that how do you get this thing into neutral when you're moving? I've tried and there's no way I can get that into neutral. You can't move the lever. The only positions you've got is drive and D and B mode. I mean, I would not push it into reverse going forwards anyway. So
I don't think you do that in a normal car.
I don't know how you get it into neutral. I mean, if anybody knows, let me know. I mean, it's an interesting question, but I think the real answer is we need to test this and see if it actually makes a difference.
So you've confused me, and probably all the viewers. You've got a D mode, which is like in an automatic drive.
Normal drive, yeah.
B?
In D mode, you get a little bit of regen. Right. In B mode, you get a lot of regen, the maximum amount of regen the car will give you.
An eco mode?
An eco mode is is a reduced throttle response so you can't accelerate as hard and burn energy. It does give you a few extra miles, so it probably does something more than just reduce the throttle response, but that's the effect.
Fair enough. So it would still be reasonably quiet then. Quiet and sort of do whatever it does.
It doesn't make a difference to the quietness.
I don't know why I said quiet. I'm just sort of sitting here in my own little world.
Yeah, what was that about
I
quiet?
don't know. Maybe I just read.
I thought he was being really cryptic here, really clever. And I've missed something.
No.
It's quieter.
No. Just give
How
me more
quiet can it
coffee.
be?
I'm half asleep. It's too early.
Drink
It's
the
like,
coffee. DB and eco mode. We'll do a test and we'll see what happens.
Right. Okay. That's a plan for the future then. You've got a couple.
I've got a couple
I'm going to
questions
put
here. I mean, I've got Bob McNally.
Hello, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Made a good point. This was to do with the episode where we pulled up at Reading West Services and the gentleman with the sandwich was unaware of us being there. I mean, I would have thought it's not like small, but he really was totally concentrating on the pump, pressing the buttons randomly on the pump. Just, an interested punter. What is this thing standing in the middle of the car park? Cars rock up to it occasionally and plug into it. What is it? He was pressing the buttons. We got very close to him, within 6 inches, so he literally turned and fell over the car.
It was funny.
Yeah, so Bob said he knew somebody that put a wireless doorbell under the bonnet with obviously the button in the car. So as you rock up to the pump, you could go ding dong. I thought that was great.
Brilliant idea. Could you get one that plays a tune as well?
Well, it brings on the next question of the kind of sounds you could have. Again, Bjorn Nyland went on something called the Larder Tour of Norway, a charging tour. It's run by Fortnum, which is one of the charging networks. One of the cars there had a dirty great speaker on the roof, and it was playing V8. I mean, at one point it was playing Apocalypse Now. What's that theme tune?
Oh God!
You know the one I mean.
Yes,
anyway,
I know.
So yeah, I mean that's ridiculous, but actually quite fun. And maybe it plays on the idea they're too quiet at slow speeds and can upset people. A V8 is fine. I'd love to have a big speaker, big bass speaker under the boot or something like that. That would do it. But so Bob, good question, a good comment too. Doorbell under the bonnet. Yeah,
we like that. Actually, it was a subject that came up when we were with Paul Ross, wasn't it? The first time we appeared on Talk Radio. So if you want to listen back to that, they came up with some suggestions of things sounds it could make.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
Herds of wildebeest.
That was my idea.
Yeah,
that's a brilliant idea. That was.
Yeah, I mean, my favourite one would be a Mr. Softy ice cream van. Other makes of ice cream are available, obviously.
Upset children all over the country.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you've got a noise that suddenly appears, like a doorbell, you're equally going to make somebody jump a mile if they're not expecting it.
Well, that's true.
But in the future, when every car makes this sound, or doesn't make any sound, people will be used to it. They'll just use their eyes. They're fitted at the front of the face and detect moving objects.
Yeah, but that's one of the things that comes up, isn't it? We never actually... we'd be driving down the road and people don't pay attention. I've been with you at least on 2 occasions when you've nearly run somebody over at a junction because they just stepped out into the road.
This is not just cars, though. I mean... Try cycling in London or try cycling anywhere and people step off the pavement with headphones on. We do it all the time. Everybody's got headphones on, so...
But it does actually bring on another point, which is they are silent as they come down the road because there's no motor noise. So blind and partially sighted people have a bit of an issue. It's all right if it's been raining because you've got the noise of it coming down the road.
Well, I think over 20 miles an hour, that those tyres are the same size as, I mean, we've got a little Kia Picanto. That's very quiet. That little engine is very quiet. Most of the noise is from the tyres on the road. So, and I think that's why the law wants to put something in below 12 miles an hour because there's less tyre noise below 12 miles an hour. Again, suggestions for a really unusual sound, that would be good. In the comments below, tell us what you think a sound it should make. We'll have a bit of a laugh with that one, I think.
Yeah. Okay, and finally, I think you've got one more comment before we wrap this up for today.
Yeah, Dave Fitzpatrick, he He said he mentioned that it was on. Dave and I were talking about. Dave said the car's no good because it won't go anywhere, won't go the distance to get to and from London down to here where we are now near Eastbourne. And Dave said, you know, a 30 kilowatt Leaf will do 100 miles. That's probably true. The new 40 will do 150 miles, and the latest 62 will do 249 miles. So all good reasons why newer cars are going to have a longer range, and you'll be able to do that trip without having to stop.
But one of the things that we were sort of basing all of this on was that you bought Leafy Leaf here as a second-hand car. So 4 years old, these are the sort of cars that people are going to be picking up because they're cheaper than ones straight off the forecourt. So that was what that was about 8-9 grand you spent on that.
Yeah, about 9k. Yeah,
which is still quite high. But if you wanted a brand new one, it's considerably more. So if you've only got a small budget and wanted to go electric, you're only going to be able to go a short distance.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about the new MG. I think it is nice, and if the price it's going to be released at, it's just whether they can get them in numbers, you know, because that's what everyone's complaining about at the moment. The e-Niro is taking, it's a year to wait or something ridiculous, 18 months to wait for one. And the Kona, you know, no one's going to be interested in something that takes that long.
Fair enough. Right, well, I think that's probably about it for this show, but there will be more to come. We've got some other bits and pieces we're going to do. We're going to do this race, and we'll see where we go from there. So, keep them peeled. Keep them peeled. Who used to say that?
I've no idea. John Peel?
No. It was Shaw Taylor at the end of Police 5.
Nobody's going to know that who's watching this.
That's true. I'll shut up then and say join us next time when we'll talk about more bits and pieces. But in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this video and the channel. And you can check us out on the web at www.maxregen.co.uk, or you can drop us an email to hello@maxregen.co.uk. And until next time, see you later. Bye.